All right, good morning and welcome back. So at this point we have finished the round peg, we finished the square peg, we have done the pegboard with the hole, both holes for the square and round pegs. So at this point we're ready to assemble these three parts together. So to begin this, you click New Assembly. Your screen may look a little bit different than this, but it's this icon right here. If you hover, it'll pop up and say New Assembly. Let it load, and it loads in like this. Now your ribbon has changed, so we come to the far top left where it says place, and you want to make sure that it's on place, not any of these others, just plain place. And you navigate to your folder and find your pegboard and open that. And it's going to open like this. You can move it around. As soon as you click, it places it. Now, it keeps it picked up so you can place multiple if you wanted to. We don't want to do that. So you can right click and OK, or right click cancel, and that places that. Now, this still moves around. We don't want it to do that. So in your model view, in your browser, right click on pegboard and come down the list and find grounded and put a check mark, and that locks that in place. So that will no longer move. Now we do the same thing with the round peg place. Select the round peg, open, place it, right click, OK, place, select the square peg, place it, right click, OK. Now we do not want to ground these. These need to stay moving. So at this point, we're ready to insert the two pegs into the holes. The round peg is easy. The round peg is easy. So to do this, we go to Constrain, and you get this pop-up box. We want to, as you highlight, you can see that you get an arrow if you get on the end of either one of these, or on a face, you have an arrow that indicates a surface that it's recognized. If you get on the side of the round part, you see the center line going through it. That's what we want to work with, is that center line. So I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to come to the hole, and you see as I move around that, I see that center line also. So when I select that center line and apply, I can move that up and down, but I cannot move it back and forth through the object. So that's what we want. That inserts the round peg and makes it usable. So now we have to do the square peg. It's a little more involved because obviously you're not working with a center line. So you are working with faces. So now we're going to mate the face of the peg to the inside face of the square hole. So to do that, we go back to Constrain, and we're selected on Mate also. Flush is one that we will use a little later. We want to make sure we're on Mate, and I'm going to select this side of my peg that's facing up. I'm going to select that, and you can see how it puts that little crosshair with the cone on it. Now, it wants to know where to go to, so I'm going to mate it to this inside piece of my hole. And you say, well, that doesn't look right. And you're right. That's obviously not right. So we can move that all through there. The connection between this side you can't see now and here was made. Now we need to stand this peg up. So the easiest way to do this is with our top side that's now visible again to this back side. So Constrain, select the top of the peg, and then select this back side of the hole, and that will pop that around there in place. And now that moves up and down, but it won't move back and forth through. So that is our first assembly. That's what we want. So once you have that done, File, Save As, and let's name this Assembly 1. Will be fine. That'll be sufficient. And click Save. And there you are. That will take care of it.